What's up, guys? Patrick here from Top Tier Gaming, and today I'm coming at y'all with one of my favorite decks in the game, Zombies. This is specifically Zombie World Control. So we're just hoping to set up Zombie World and just defy the meta by saying all of your things are not whatever you want them to be. They're not Tri-Beast for Tri-Brigade, and they're not Machine for Drytron. So yeah, this deck's pretty okay. It uses the Eldritch engine, so it has like a pretty strong grind game. And you can kill people pretty quickly because Eldritch and Boulder Rock are huge. And you play a decent amount of one-card starters to get into them. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this profile. Starting off the main deck, we have Triple Shiranui Solitaire. Best boy, he summons Unizombie, that's all you need to know. He summons Unizombie and he summons Glow Up Bloom, which is pretty cool. Or not Search, excuse me. He tributes himself and then special summons it from deck. Then we play Triple Unizombie, because Unizombie's probably the actual best one. Solitaire is my favorite, though, because he is that. Anyway. Yeah, he discards one to modulate level, and then he can send one from deck to also modulate level. And then we play Double Necro or Banshee. She's pretty key to the strategy, because you want to, have Zombie World active, and she is an all-purpose access to Zombie World. Banish her from field or from grave, and she activates Zombie World from deck, so pretty good. Then we play the Bash Bros, Gozuki and Mizuki. Mizuki's my favorite zombie monster ever printed. He just banishes himself to special summon a zombie from grave, and then Gozuki, whenever he's on your field, you can just send a zombie monster from your deck to grave, which is really good. And then if he's sent to grave, you can banish a zombie from grave to special a zombie from hand. So he just gives you more flex, and he's just a good Foolish Burial on summon. Or not on summon, excuse me. Just anytime you need it, whenever he's on board. Play one Glow Up Bloom. I've considered playing multiple of this. I played a version of this deck where I just played 3 Glow Up Bloom, and that was my strat, was just to get Zombie World on field, and then link this into Link Karibo, and be like, alright, effect, summon Boulder Rock. Speaking of Boulder Rock, play 2 copies. I can't play 1 because DD Crow is in the meta right now, and you can't play 3 because he really doesn't do anything in hand, because I'm not playing Jackabulin, who's also a possibility card for the deck, but I'm just personally not playing right now. I play 2 Eldritch for the same reasons. You just don't want to draw him that often, and he's kind of dead in your hand going first, but you have to play 2 because Tri-Brigade's banishing, Shin Shin is around, and DD Crow is a thing. Hand traps, we play triple Ghost Spell. Because all of those cards are threats, we have to play answers to them, and this just stops things from being banished from graveyard. You just need to protect your grave because it's so important. And then Triple Ash. Triple Ash is just the best hand trap in the game right now. Or excuse me, it's the best hand trap if you have another hand trap. That's always been my philosophy on Ash, is if you have 2 hand traps and one of them's Ash, it's a good hand. You also play only zombie hand traps in the main, because Boulder Rock gets secondary effects whenever he's on board, and you Ash them. So if you Ash Boss an effect, you can also use Boulder Rock effect to banish a card on board, which is pretty good, Because Boulder Rock is an Omni-Negate, I forgot to mention that. He can once per turn negate a zombie effect on field or in graveyard, which is why Zombie World is so good, because it makes all your opponent's stuff zombies. Then the Format Destroyer Zombie World. This card's absolutely nuts. I don't really know what to say about it. It just turns everything to zombies, and you can't tribute monsters. Tribute summon for anything except zombie types. It's just super nice to have a card that says Tri-Brigade doesn't get to play, Drytron doesn't get to play. It's very nice. Then we play Triple Cursed Eldland, because searching Eldritch is good, and searching his other stuff is good. Then we're playing 1 Black Awakening, 1 White Destiny. I considered playing more Black Awakening, but because I wanted to play Ash Blossom, my list is already at a high number count, and I really don't want to play more than what I am right now. So I just decided to cut it down to 1 and 1, because you can actually just rip these cards and activate them like anytime you want, because you pretty much only summon zombies anyway, so it doesn't really hurt you. And we'll play the 1 Terraforming, because I want 4 copies of Zombie World, because Zombie World is the best card in the deck. And then we play boss card, 1 Foolish Burial, or excuse me, 1 Color Grave. It's the best card in the game. Foolish Burial I said because I usually play a copy of it, but I'm just testing out right now without it, just trying to get bare bones, get the deck count as low as I can. so I cut it for now. It's definitely been rotated through the deck quite a bit. But yeah, Call of the Grape's really good. Stops hand traps, stops interaction. Triple Scarlet Sanguine. It's Eldritch, you gotta play it. Special summons Eldritch, but it has additional value in this deck because you can summon your second boss monster, Necro World Banshee, if you need your zombie world to be protected from targeting and from destruction, because that's what she does on field. And you can also summon Balderok if you already have access to zombie world in some form of protection. It's just super nice to basically always have access to Balderok or Eldritch, depending on what you need. And also it can just summon starters turn 2-3. Like you can just summon Gozuki and start making plays. Next we're playing Triple Conquistador because it's the best turn 1 Eldritch trap, because pop 1 is pretty nice. Then we have Double Hook Arrow. I'm not playing 3 right now. You definitely can, but again, deck space is kind of tight, and I didn't really want to go too far above 40 because I think the core value of this deck is getting to Zombie World and Rivalry, which is the next card, is Triple Rivalry. Because telling your opponents they can't play with Zombie World on field is a good game plan. So yeah, we're playing that, and yeah, that's why the Eldritch trap count isn't 3 and 3. I would like to play the third, but I would be bumping the deck size up, and I don't really want to go too much higher. And then play the one Metaverse because, you know, 6th copy of Zombie World is always nice. That's it for the main deck. We're running 42 currently. I would consider upping it a little bit to fit some more cards in, but right now I'm just liking where it's at because I don't want to go that much higher because I just want to consistently open my stable board. Into the extra deck, playing Double Vampire Sucker. She's super good in this deck. You can just go into her and summon back your Balderok and draw a card and hope to draw hand traps and starters for the next turn. You can also tribute zombie monsters your opponent controls, which when Zombie World is up, that's all of them. So yeah, you can just tribute any, like, you can tribute summon Eldritch over Dragoon, which is pretty nutty. Like, I've done that before. I've tributed Balderok over a Ancient Gear, what's his name? Chaos Ancient Gear Giant? Isn't that his name? The big fusion that's 45? Yeah, I did that versus Aaron. I just tribute summoned over because I didn't have another out to it, so I just had a monster on board. I was like, alright, tribute summon your card for my Balderok. And I won the game from there because for some reason she has a random Monarch Stormforth effect. Next link, we're playing Avenged Savior because he's a generic link to zombie that you can just make under Rivalry and Rivalry Zombie World. So you can just make him, and then whenever you go into battle, you can make your opponent's monster lose attack by sending zombies from your deck, and then reducing the opponent's monster's attack by the card you sense level times 200. So he can swing 16 over pretty much anything in the game. So yeah, it's pretty good. One Hulk Fibrax because you can use it in combos whenever you open up Sheer Solitaire to start making combo plays, and you can summon Glow Up Bloom off of it, which is really nice to get some of your high level zombies in there. Next, playing the Nightmare Phoenix because I want spot removal, because I think if you have space for Phoenix, you should be playing Phoenix. Then we play Link Kuriboh and Almirage. If you need to get rid of Solitaire on your board, that's what this is for, and then this you use to link off your Glow Up Bloom whenever it's summoned from deck, off of Hulk Fibrax. Then we play the One Access Code. This card's kind of mediocre in this deck because you don't usually end with that many types engraved, but I think Borosword is also an alternative to this, but right now I'm just choosing to play Access Code to test it because not being able to respond to his effects is very broken, and I like that quite a bit. We have Abyss Dweller. You can modulate Unizombies level to 4 and then just summon Dweller versus a couple different matchups and just win the game off of that. So yeah, that's where we're playing it. Omega. This is the standard zombie card. Pretty much every zombie deck should be playing this because he's just a pretty good level 8 synchro. I'm playing Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler is super good in this deck because you can just mill 5 cards from the top of your deck and then add a Lighter Dark to hand. Typically, you'll just mill the entire thing and be like, alright, cool, now I have loaded grave full of zombies and full of trap cards that I can activate to get pluses. So yeah, that's why we're playing him, because you can make level 8 synchros in this deck very easily when you open up Solitaire. Then we're playing Dragon Nether Soul, Starving Venom, and Mud Dragon because we're citing Super Polymerization. I'm not huge on Super Poly. I think it's super mediocre in most other decks. This one just has a generic way to Super Poly any board. I don't think Super Poly is very great this format, so if it wasn't for, having Zombie World in the deck, I probably wouldn't be playing it. I think Super Poly is best whenever dark decks are the primary threat in the meta, because Starving Venom is super good. All like the Predaplant, Trifivarium, the one that takes 3, is very good, and then the one that's a dark and a fusion is also very good. So yeah, it's just kind of hard to get a bunch of value out of Super Poly right now, because I don't think there are that many decks that are weak to it. It's just, I wanted to have these because if I'm playing Super Poly, I at least want to have 2 targets for it, and then this is the one I'm usually making because Zombie World just lets you get there. Yeah, that's the Super Poly targets. Playing 1 Intis in case for whatever reason you get Mechabud, or not Mechabud, Maximus. I just want to have a card I can send. I can send this with Omega and actually get value from the cards. Like this will pop the Maximus, and then the Mechabud will, or excuse me, I keep saying Mechabud. The Omega will put itself back, which is very nice. Then onto the side deck. Side deck's kind of generic right now because I don't think that there's much flex room for side decks in the current meta. It's just like Super Poly because you know, the deck abuses it well because of Zombie World. Then we have Triple Droll and Lockbird. Drytron is a threat, and I want to tell them to stop searching. It's also good versus Invoked Shaddoll, Dogmatica, whatever you want to call it. Activate Meltdown, add Alistair, Resolution, Droll. It's pretty good. Then we have Triple Cycle Reader, Double Cycle Reader. I forgot to change the list. Yeah, playing 2 Cycle Reader. I want to play 3, but there's not really space for it. This is good in the Eldritch matchup, and it's very good versus the Drytron matchup. It's usually a blowout versus them. So yeah, we're playing Cycle Reader because blowout cards are nice. Every card in my side deck I want to be a blowout whenever I activate it. So that's why I'm playing that. Speaking of blowouts, normal summon Inspector Border, set traps, pass. It's pretty good. Yeah. Normal summon Inspector Border, activate Zombie World. It's pretty good. Inspector Border is just super good whenever my deck's already weak to backrow hate, so I decided I want to play cards that don't play into the backrow hate in my deck. So that's why the trap count's kind of low, because we're already focused on Rivalry Zombie World, so people are going to be siding in backrow hate. So I was just like, screw it, I don't want to be, you know, extra weak to it. I want to be able to play the game. That's why you need a normal summon that is just like, alright, deal with this first and then the backrow. Like, this is a threat to you, so you have to deal with him. So yeah. Play 1 Pankratops. These Pankratops should be banned. Don't know what to say. He's big. Triple Dark Ruler no more. Probably could play Droplets, honestly. A lot of your cards do have value from Grave, but right now I'm just playing Dark Ruler because I just want a turn where I can set my traps, set up Zombie World, and then like remove a monster and fight, you know, on the next turn. Because most of my stuff starts happening on my opponent's turn because they have to deal with the cards I set. So yeah, so I'm playing Dark Ruler. Then Super Poly, because Zombie World is a good card. I really don't like Super Poly in the current format, but because you're playing Zombie World, I think it's just too good not to play. Specifically in this deck, I wouldn't be playing it in anything except Invoke Shaddoll, because that's a good deck to be playing it in. And they actually have a bunch of good targets when this deck really only has one that's like always makeable. So yeah, that is my Zombie World control deck, which you could just call Eldritch Zombies, I guess. I don't really know what you'd want to call it, but yeah, it's a very fun deck for me. I don't think it's very fun for your opponents because Zombie World Rivalry is pretty annoying to deal with. But yeah, I would put it probably a solid tier 2, like, just because of how strong Zombie World is in the format right now. You can activate it versus quite a few decks and just win the game off of that. Not to mention a Boulder Dark negate, and then like an Ash is just super broken versus any deck. And if you have like a single pop from your Eldritch Engine with Zombie World up, it's usually enough to get you through the game. You can just start out-tempoing your opponent by having big boys. Alright guys, that's the profile. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, join our Discord, follow our Twitter, Top Tier YGO. I forgot that it's not Top Tier Gaming YGO because it's taken on Twitter, so we had to take just Top Tier YGO. Anyway, hope you liked it. Bye guys.